Romy Mac.
Yo, what's going on? This is Romy Mac. Welcome to another episode of The Locker Room. Romy Mac 2 Cents presents The Locker Room, that is. And, hot show today. A lot going on with sports with the violent hit and, Cleveland's winning streak, Lonzo Ball's, recent uprising in stats, and then his dad with taking the kid out of school. So, get right into it. But introduce Karumbe to the show. Yo, what up, bro?
What up, man?
Shit. We're about to go ahead and get into this whole thing, man. This past weekend, I won't say weekend, but Monday we had the what game was it? The Steelers and the Bengals play, and shit got real with hits. So people feel, I'll say the commentators they're making their statements about how hard the hits were. They got suspensions coming out after that. Sunday we had Gronk go at a particular player for the Bills. He basically targeted him, and he only got one game, as to where the guys that did the hits unintentionally in the game Monday got one game. So I mean, they're like, should they get the same type of punishment? You know what I'm saying? Like Gronk was literally was targeting him. It was out of anger. He targeted this guy and only got one game. And these guys were just playing the game, and then they ended up getting just one game for the one game suspension. So me personally, man, I think it's a bit it's hypocritical. Football is modern day, that's our gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the days where they used to go there and watch the guys fight to the death and all that stuff. Basically fighting for their lives. And these guys are roughly fighting for their livelihood. So, and like for, violence, that's what we like about the game. You know what I'm saying? You look up any highlights from like the 80s and shit, you'll see a lot of nasty hits. You know what I'm saying? That were happening. So
it was worse then, man. That's
yeah.
Like what people don't understand, it was way worse then.
Yeah, definitely way worse. But for whatever reason, they feel like they're like it's so bad the way they're hitting right now. But this is the sole reason why we watch this. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta do. Either we're gonna watch flag football, or we're gonna watch them hit hard. One of the two. Because how do you stop? Tell me, how the hell do you softly tackle somebody that's running at you 15 miles an hour? How's the safe way to do it? That's all I'm saying. Like,
No, there's no way.
there's no way to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to knock that motherfucker with everything you got, and that's how that's how the game has to be played, man. And I say it's just hypocritical. John Gruden, the coach, he used to coach he used to coach the Raiders and the Bucks. He felt some type of way about the hits. He was like, it's unacceptable. He was disgusted by the hit. That's the name of the game,
You know
though.
what's funny?
Yeah.
This is how fucking hypocritical America is, and how fucking stupid shit is. Like, you don't hear nobody complaining overseas about rugby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't even use pads and shit and all the rest of that. They're not complaining about that. Like, they're taking the sport as what the sport is. They're not complaining about UFC fights or shit like that. They complain about fucking football.
Yeah.
The only reason they doing that is because, the whole thing with the head trauma and the concussions, and the movie came out, and it brought light to a lot of stuff. People, they feel some kind of way about it.
Yeah.
But it's just like fighting or boxing, bro. That's pretty much the way it is. You sign up for this sport, you know what the long-term things is. It's just like a wrestler. They sign up for it knowing what long-term damage is going to do to their body. You get paid money to do that. So that's all I got to say on it. But Americans just jump on any kind of bandwagon they can find,
Yeah. What do you expect? What do you want to see? How do you want players to conduct themselves on the field, truly, in a game that's designed this way? The game was designed to be played this way. The players know what they signed up for, as far as the hard hitting and all that stuff. Yeah, you want to avoid concussions. I get that, but this is why.
Same with basketball, though.
Yeah.
Because look how soft basketball is now compared to how it was in the 80s and 70s. Like,
Yeah.
they basically want high scoring games where people can't really like do anything. That's what all the rules are pushed toward, high scoring games. They want a bunch of people to get a bunch of touchdowns and motherfuckers run back and forth on the field. They really don't want defense to play defense. That's the same shit in basketball. They really don't want people to play defense. Every time you touch somebody now, what is it, a foul in basketball? Some light baby shit.
Yeah.
You used to get like elbows to the face. They be like, hey man, you gotta deal with that shit. You should have drove to the hole.
Yeah, it's I really don't know what they want us to do as far as like, you know, playing this game, and us as the spectator again, because that's what I'll tell you, that's what I like to see. I like to see hard hit. I won't lie to you. You know, like the same thing with hockey. You know, hockey the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Fast paced game, hard hits against the glass. You know, that's just what it is. It's just that hockey doesn't get as much exposure as the NFL does because you're unable to run but so many commercials. You know what I'm saying? While during a hockey game that you are to run during an NFL game, which has you know, always has like random commercials running throughout it. You know, so many timeouts, so many TV breaks, and so it makes more money. So you know, yeah, it gets more exposure. So they key in on, you know, what happens in football versus what happens in I don't know, as far as like hard hits go in hockey.
Hockey is just as bad, man. They hit that hard ass ice.
Yeah.
They pull off their gloves. They can fight each other in a fucking ring. Like people, motherfuckers be getting hit with sticks. Like,
yeah.
They pick and choose what they want to like tear apart, yo.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. What else went down? So oh yeah. This whole thing earlier this week in basketball with Kevin Durant wanting to fight Boogie Cousins on the on the court. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we know that the last fight we saw in the NBA was Indiana versus Detroit. You know what I'm saying? That's like.
You saw what's that nigga name? Ron Artest versus the crowd, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Ron Artest for being one of the realest niggas.
I get it. Him, Steven Jackson. Yeah, they were all out there.
You know what? There was a Detroit versus that Indiana game was just like a bunch of niggas. Yo, just like that shit was hilarious, man. I expect like. I'm not gonna lie, they would have had to be throwing bottles and shit at me. Yo, I probably would have been kind of heated too, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, you know, with Kevin, with this whole Kevin Durant thing, though. I mean, you know, Kevin Durant, you never saw him really like get into scuffles when he played for Oklahoma City. But you know, now he's a Golden State. You know what I'm saying? He's
Westbrook with a real nigga on the team. He ain't got Westbrook no more. He like people be talking, saying he went there for a ring and all that shit. Get to him.
Yeah. Marshmallow.
Boogie Cousins anyway, man. Boogie Cousins a real nigga. He would have got his ass whooped.
He called him a marshmallow, man.
Yeah, he would have got his ass. Yo, Durant would have got his nap straightened out, yo. Real talk. That nigga would have came out with waves. He would have got his ass whooped with waves.
You know, I mean, I don't. We already know what's gonna happen, man. You know, Boogie's down to ride for sure. DeMarcus Cousins don't give a damn. He will fight. You know, he's Boogie's 6'10", 6'11". Matter of fact, both of them 6'11". You know, late, but Kevin don't have any weight to him. Boogie's like yeah,
Boogie ain't got no priors, yo.
Yeah, Boogie's a big Boogie a big motherfucker. That motherfucker big, yo.
You got is always like fighting people in jail and shit. That's how you know.
Yeah, there's always one. There's always one cat that's definitely down to fight, man, in any given instant, man. You know, my cousin, he's pretty much like that too. A hothead, you know, be ready to fight whenever. Growing up, we had a guy that grew up with us that was Hoop It Up tournaments that wanted to brawl every chance he got to. That's just the nature of it. But what else, man? So yeah, you know, not Lonzo, but LeVar Ball. recently in the news for pulling out his son. Was it Leanne Lee? What, I don't know. However you pronounce his name. He pulled his kid from UCLA. Yeah, Leangelo. He pulled him from UCLA. For whatever reason. In fact, he's going to prepare him for the draft and stuff like that. And a lot of people are giving him shit for it. My thing is, I ain't want to tell you how to raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it, but this is the same. This is the downside of asking for all that exposure. You know, all this time. So, but I'm just not the one to tell. Again, I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your kids. That's something that if you feel the need to do, great. I mean, there's plenty of parents that have pulled their kids out of sports program. I am one kid that was pulled out of a sports program in high school for my horrible grades in the 9th grade. I wasn't able to play AAU, the following year, and that's just what it was. We weren't on WTKR. Mom wasn't up there like, well, he had badass grades. He don't play. There wasn't any press. The press following me, asking why am I being taken out, messing up my chances, and all this stuff. But for whatever reason, the press, the media, who has definitely birthed this guy, LeVar Ball, a presence in him, in society. They feel the need to, I would say, question him, like. His reasons for taking his kid out of contention, college contention to play college ball. Listen, I was telling my best friend earlier that everything this man has said has came to pass thanks to the media. The man said that his kid Lonzo Ball is going to be one of the top picks, and they're going to get drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. What team does Lonzo Ball play for right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, plays putting into his hands. So if I'm LeVar Ball, thinking from his mindset, his understanding, he feels the need to do whatever he's doing is right. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what what everybody else is doing, what I'm doing is right, because I'm doing what's best for my kid, and he's yet to be proven wrong. So why would he change anything he's doing when everything he's been doing on his own, even if it's against what everybody else believes, is actually turned out well for him? You know what I'm saying? So does it look on the surface? Does it look bad? Sure, it does look bad. But what happens if he prepares his kid for the NBA and they draft his kid? Now what happens? You know what I'm saying? He's either crazy or a genius, and we'll find out. Time will tell. Time will tell whether or not he's a genius, an insane genius, or he's just nutty and just arrogant, and a whole bunch of listed names that people have to describe LeVar Ball. But but Jeff, man, what was your take on that whole situation?
My take on the situation is I don't really care if he takes his kid out. I'm a Duke fan. Fuck UCLA. That's his fault, man. It's his fucking fault. Not his fault, but his kid's fault. And the fact that, knowing that his kid was on a basketball scholarship and was paid to go to a basketball school, he gonna have to pay that fucking money back. So good luck with that shit. It's a fact that, you can't. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it. You can't train someone to play ball without competition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? About top of the league competition. I can see he just put him in another school.
He gonna play that. He gonna do what everybody parent do when their kid don't make the basketball team. Put that motherfucker in a rec league in the city.
yeah. You see, you can't do that though. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah.
And what's funny about rec leagues now? Rec leagues have more fucking competition than a lot of the high schools, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, street ball. Street ball guys are probably the ones that had attitude problems, but still got that skill level,
But, college-wise, he don't have no competition. Unless he take his son overseas and to play ball there, that's the only place, though. He's not going to get, and no one's going to be looking at him. He has to have people look at him. It doesn't matter how good you make your son play. There's millions of dudes out there that can ball their ass off. It's getting the right person to look at you while you're playing ball against other competition, and that's what you gotta put on the damn plate. I know he mean well, but it ain't like that, bro. They're not college and overseas get overlooked.
Yeah.
So good luck with that shit.
Yeah. You know, we'll see what happens. I still see Cleveland and Golden State at the end when it's all over. We'll see what Kyrie and the boys can do, but Cleveland's starting to pick up that you know what I'm saying, that
And
energy.
I think ain't even number one. I think like Rockets only lost like 4 games, bro.
Well, I still don't see them. I don't know if I don't believe they have what it takes. They have yet to prove it. Maybe they can change.
You know what? We'll be able to tell by like end of January.
We'll be able to tell by May when we see if the Houston Rockets can get past the second round. That's what we can tell. That's what we're looking for. Because James Harden didn't show up last year. That Chris Paul didn't show up last year either. So, and they're on the same team now. So they got a lot to prove. And we'll see. We'll see how it pans out for both of them. I still don't count Pop out. Popovich got something up his sleeve. I seen an article about what is it? What's the cat name? Paul George, talking about them trading him to Cleveland or something. I don't know. I think it's a little too late for all that shit, man. They're good, you know. Oklahoma's going. They had a losing, they're on a losing streak right now, or were on a losing streak. But no, it's just working the kinks out. You know what I mean? It's the first time of them playing together, so I would imagine that things will pan out better for them. Okay. Enough about sports, man. We'll get into what we really want to talk about, bro. You know what I'm saying? The music shit. Yeah, so me and Jeff was talking earlier about certain art, certain the music that we listen to, as far as like the album artists that we have. Like for me, my album artists, I would say for right now, like people that and what I mean by that is like people that you actually listen to their entire album, not just one song from them or a couple songs from them, but like an entire album. I would say is like, definitely Jay-Z. Like when I get a Jay-Z album, Jay-Z music, if something comes out, listen to the entire body of work. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Logic for sure. Logic is my favorite artist that's out right now. Under Pressure is still one of my favorite albums. But then like my singles, like the ones that I would say like the singles artists, people I listen to a couple songs from, like the likes of a Wayne, the likes of a Meek Mill or Wale. I forgot to add Ross. Ross is definitely another album artist for me. It's like it's like watching a movie. It's like listening to a movie when listening to Ross's albums, which I definitely like. But and I feel like the industry in the past few years has built on folks that are just made for singles. Majority of it is like singles artists, because that's how they make their money, because they figure that people weren't buying albums, so they don't put necessarily the effort into doing it. They just work on a hot song and just kind of live that and go on tour with it. But for you, Jeff, man, I mean, who are some of your album artists?
My album artists are like, it depends on if it's past or present. Like I was saying, like my album artists are like Jeezy. I always listen to his shit. Like he got some out there on fuck with. Ross is one of them. He's an album person. J. Cole, kinda. Yeah, he's an album person. Cole's an album person. I ain't really rocking with him that much like that now. Let's see, who else? Don Tripp, always an album person with me. Don Tripp, Sarlito, Outkast, New Wise. I guess is like, who's a newer cat that got a good album? Shit, I can't even say his name. Well, I can't even say it because he only got one album out, so. Like New Wise, man, it's harder to find people who push albums. Like Game is another album artist, yo.
Game for sure.
Big Crit is a newer artist, a newer person that got albums. Sahara Prince first album, I fuck with him.
Well, but I mean, we got mixtapes though. We that's us. We ain't mainstream, man. So mixtape wise, Sahara is definitely an album person. And What was it? What was the one name? What was it called? The Black History Project.
Yeah.
Black History Project. You know, that was a great mixtapes by Sci High.
Man, I hate to say this, but I gotta add him to my list, man. Motherfucking. I always buy Dolph, yo. Like he got singles, but I get his whole album.
Yeah.
It's like Easy to Rock 2 shit.
Like
in the gym, like I listen to the whole thing. Who else is a good one? I wouldn't say Big Sean, but he got mostly singles. Future is a huge one for like albums for me.
yeah.
Like I consider album artist as somebody I can throw on, like throw on the album and just let it ride, or I can throw on his name in my iPod or whatever and just let that shit rock.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about switching or skipping songs and shit. I would say Eminem back in the day is one. That's pretty much about it, man. That I see right now.
What was like another topic I saw earlier this week, man. What was it? Jadakiss and Fabulous were on Breakfast Club talking about their recent mixtape, which is dope. Was it Friday on Elm Street? Yeah, great album, man. Once you guys definitely want to check that out. But they were talking about Bad Boy, and they were discussing who was like the top 5 lyricists that were signed to Bad Boy. And Charlamagne gave his. Charlamagne says he says Big, of course. He said Big, Jadakiss, Styles P, Sheek Luch, G-Dep, and what else did he say, man? I forget who the other.
Ain't that 5 already? Sheek Luch.
Yeah, that's 5. That's the 5. So that was his 5 right there. You know what I'm saying? And like, Fabulous and Jadakiss were talking about Mace's. You say you got to give it to Mace as far as like lyricism go. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? I guess, and this kind of plays into that very same, I would say, question. They ask if Mace a legend. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say.
Hell no.
I'm not gonna say that. Yeah.
He's not a fucking legend.
No,
Plus,
I don't.
There's shit on his albums that was just like I wouldn't rock with. I can't listen. Even back then when albums was like known to be bumpers all the way through, like the Deluxe albums are bump all the way through. I won't fucking listen to Mace shit all the way through. Mace was a singles person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what.
Fucking Mace all the way through. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Harlem World. I'd be lying if I said that Harlem World I didn't really play all the way through. That was our middle school out. That was 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? 7th grade. Harlem World came out, and we were really really big. I mean, the girls definitely loved Mace. For the dimples and shit like that. We just liked the record because it was popular. The feel so good. The looking at me 24 hours to live. That's when we saw DMX come out. DMX came. He was raw, and just raw DMX. Nothing like it. But I wouldn't necessarily say Mace was like a lyricist. I would say I wouldn't call him a lyricist. In that sense.
Who would be your top 5 on that? Mine would probably, and Bad Boy would probably be like
them. What Charlamagne said, because I don't know who you wouldn't call Young Jock. That I do know.
I would be like Big, Sheek, Styles, Jadakiss, and I don't know, man, because a lot of people sleep on that skill. I wouldn't put G-Dep on that shit. Lyrically, who they had in the past?
I don't know.
They had Sean.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well then, yeah.
They had Sean.
I'll take. So replace.
There's some motherfuckers that's been on Bad Boy that won't heard long.
So replace G-Dep with Shine, and that's that's my pick. Yeah, that would be my pick. I would take out G-Dep and I would put Shine in there as far as like top 5 top 5 lyricists in for Bad Boy. I'll make it even more interesting for you, man. What about Rockefeller? Top 5 lyricists.
Hold on, I'm looking at this shit right now. They had Black Rob.
Nope.
They had Shine. They had New Edition, 8 Ball, and MJG. Man, get the
that don't count, man. They don't. Man, listen. Come on, man.
Jeezy was up there.
Come on now. Whoa. They don't count. You know, 8-Ball MJG. That ain't their foundation.
Nah, you know what, man? I'm putting Jeezy on that shit. He was a bad boy at one point.
Man, he don't count either. You know he don't count. That's a Def Jam. That's a Def Jam, bruh.
Nah, man, it said he was under Bad Boy.
That was for Boys in the Hood. For Boys in the Hood, because he had already signed the deal. But that was by a technicality. But this cat was, you know, he was signed to, you know, Jesus was on Def Jam and whatever other, what's the other label he was affiliated with, man?
And then you can't forget, what's the dude that do battle rap, with a fucking ugly ass head and shit? E-Ness?
Yeah, E-Ness, man.
Like, yo, man, you got, yo.
Man, I don't know about all that. Listen, you lost me. You lost me with that shit. Talking about 8-Ball and MJG. Much respect to the legends of the South, but that ain't they don't count. What the hell was I saying?
Alright, you got to at least count Boys in the Hood or fucking E-Ness. Yo, E-Ness a battle rap legend, so
maybe E-Ness. E-Ness.
Yeah, exactly.
I give you E-Ness, but yeah, definitely not 8-Ball MJG. What about Rockefeller? I got Jay, Kanye, Beans, Freeway. Fuck, man. Do I want to say Memphis? No. Yeah, because I don't cut. J. Cole's Rock Nation, not Rockefeller. So, yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, I guess it would be Memphis Bleak, man.
Dude, why would you even have to think about Memphis Bleak? Like, I'm trying to look at the roster right now, man. I got my doorbell ring.
PD, you got Young Chris, you got Neef.
I got Jay-Z. I got who else I got Jay-Z. I got Bean Siegel, Freeway.
Yeah. Anyway, Jeff had to go a little bit for housing thing, but basically, you know, we was talking about the top lyricists of the Rockefeller age, and I just felt that Jay, Jay, you got Jay, you got Beans, you got Kanye, you got Freeway. And Memphis Bleak, and that's how I see. They pretty much ran my entire high school year. So basically from 99 till about 03 was like consistent. Rockefeller topping the chart, the rap charts, and with the Bad Boy thing, Bad Boy is hard because Bad Boy was like more R&B based, and it's switched up. Diddy would get a rap artist in there from time to time and just kind of like shiny shoot their ass up, but that's it's definitely the premise of rap was not like the biggest focus, I would say. I mean, there was Biggie, and then that's it, roughly. I mean, Mace really didn't stay long enough to even get his foot in the game to be even considered legendary. So I don't consider, Mace to be legendary. But so that's pretty much what we wanted to discuss today. I don't really know what else to get into. Look out for 2 Cents this weekend, probably Saturday morning. Should run the 2 Cent show. It should be a good show. Some things going on, especially stuff that's going on with North Korea right now. Definitely stay focused. Keep your ear to the ground as far as what's happening over there. As far as for our boys and girls that may be heading over there to fight. And what else? Of course, you can check. You can check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter at ROMEY_MAK. And so somewhat of a short show of the locker room, but I want to try to get to a 30-minute segment anyway. But thank you guys for listening. This is Romy Mac, and for Romy Mac Karumbe, we out.